Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. I'm making another animal from the Safari Crochet pattern book, and today it is the ostrich. I can tell you, if I see an ostrich in person while I'm in Kenya, I'm going to be speechless for like a full minute. I'm not sure I've ever seen one in person, or if I have, it's only been in the zoo, not in the wild. Yeah, I wasn't expecting an ostrich to be on the safari, but if I see one, I will be super excited. I'm also excited for the fact that I get to work with pink. I don't know why, I've just been loving pink a lot more over the past year. Barbie might have had something to do with it, but I think it is more than just Barbie. Anyway, let's get going.
Hey, Editing Becky here, and I'm just popping in to say that with the ostrich in particular, I made a huge mistake. Typically, I tend to film the time-lapse in parts. If the time-lapse is longer than an hour and a half or 2 hours, I tend to do it in different parts, which is why you often see like little jump cuts throughout the various time lapses that I make. But with the majority of the footage, like the overwhelming bulk of the footage for the ostrich was in one go. And instead of pressing video record, I pressed slow-mo. It turned an hour and a half's worth of footage into over 8 hours, which is the exact opposite of what I wanted to do with said footage. I'm not giving up just yet. I have one more trick I'm trying up my sleeve at the moment. I managed to get it back to an editable mode, but if you're seeing this video, it means that footage got kiboshed, and unfortunately you won't see most of the ostrich being made. But I fortunately did have it split into 2 parts, and I have the very end of the ostrich. I'm sorry, I'm only human. And at this point, being perfect is the enemy of the good, and the good is just simply getting that video out there. So when I make the video that I plan to make with all the stuffed animals, you're not going to go, where's the video for the ostrich? You know now, yeah. Once again, very sorry. Please enjoy what's left.
Ostrich. And I actually learned something from the book as I was making it. So it turns out that this coloring is for the male ostriches, and if I wanted a female ostrich, I would have had to replace like the black and white with light brown, which means ostriches are very similar to cardinals in that regard. And to be honest, the female ostrich looked really cute, but I am on a bit of a time crunch here, so we have our finished ostrich here. To be honest, it does look kind of derpy to me, but that just adds it to the cuteness there. Yeah, this is quite small for an ostrich. It's also had some techniques I don't typically do, like in order to get like this bend in the foot, usually I just like do decreases at that point, but they actually had me like do a gap and like then sew the gap closed to get this way. I've never really had to do that for a toy before. And I've also realized that the majority of the safety eyes that this author has access to are not the version of safety eyes that I have access to. Because I think they mentioned the eyes a little later than I would have liked in the pattern. But unlike the other one where I had a problem with safety eyes, the badgers where I had a problem with safety eyes, this actually gave an explanation of where the safety eyes were supposed to go. So I'm able to put them in vaguely the right place, even though they still look a little bit off. Just almost like James Buchanan, who was like nearsighted in one eye and farsighted in the other. So he's often looking at people like, that was today's entertainment. Have a nice day.